Hey guys, I'm Dr. Sam over here at Live Your Life Integrated Health and Chiropractic in Erie, and today we're going to talk a little bit more about what you can be doing for carpal tunnel issues. Now, as a chiropractor, a lot of times we see, even though we're having those carpal tunnel symptoms, most of the time it's coming from somewhere more higher up in the kinetic chain. So it's coming from the elbow, it's coming from the shoulder, it's coming from the neck. So as a chiropractor, we're actually going to make sure to adjust and make sure each of those joints are in the position they're supposed to be in, because we see great carpal tunnel relief from that. And we'll also work on the soft tissue. We'll work on some of this soft tissue closer to the neck, around the shoulder, around the elbow here as well. We won't just spend our time on the wrist. A lot of times we'll see relief with that, but for patients with exactly carpal tunnel, so they're having all their symptoms here, and we're not getting any relief from these other spots, here are some of the things we can do to start loosening that up a little bit. So we're going to start off with some self-massage. It's another torture technique that I love, but it is very useful and very helpful, and especially if your job has anything to do with hands or typing or writing. These are great moves to be doing. So the first one is we're going to get our wrist extensors here. Okay, so we're going to go along the top of these muscles. I like to find a nice firm surface here, and we're going to take the opposite elbow and we're going to start pretty close to where our elbow bends, and we're going to put some pressure down. You usually don't have to start with much, and we're just going to very slowly slide that elbow down. If you do get to a spot, and I have a few of them here, if you get to a spot that you're going, whew, that is a trigger point, that's referring pain somewhere, we like to hang out on that area for about 20 to 30 seconds, okay? And then after that spot starts letting up a little bit, we can move on and slowly make our way down a little bit more. Now your muscle bellies are going to be mostly up here, all right? We're going to have tendons down here, muscle bellies up here, so you're not going to find very much getting that close to the wrist. We're going to spend most of our time up by this elbow, but a lot of times you're going to hit spots that you're going to feel immediately radiate into that wrist, into the fingers. Now, we don't want to forget the other side. We don't want to forget our wrist flexors, okay? These can also cause this whole area to be just as tight. Same exact thing. We're going to get very close to the elbow here. We're going to start putting some pressure in, gauge a good pressure for us. And then same thing, we're just going to slowly start stripping that muscle, slowly start moving down that muscle. And again, most of those muscle bellies are going to be up here a little bit, but on this side, you absolutely will find some muscle bellies closer to the wrists. So we can keep going almost all the way to the wrist on this side. And if you end up going too hard, I usually say try to do this for 1 to 2 minutes every single day. But if you, I know that just that you flared it up, you pushed a little too hard, you spent a little too long doing this, put some ice on it, okay? About 5 to 10 minutes of icing on that area will help calm down that muscle. Now the other spot we want to work on is right here in between the thumb and that first finger. All right, so you can take a pincher grip on that opposite hand, and you're just going to press down into the middle of that muscle, and you're going to find different points coming along the side, coming along this side. You're going to just pinch, find a spot, and if you find that spot, try to let that hand relax and just hold it there for about 20 to 30 seconds. You'll move, you'll find another spot, hold it there for 20 to 30 seconds. Same thing, we're going to spend about 2 minutes a day working on that area as well. That's going to help try to loosen up a lot of this hand, and especially this thumb muscle over here that a lot of people have problems with. And what I didn't mention on this side, or on either of these sides I should say, is while you saw me do one line, I usually do about 3. So I'll start on the inside, do a middle, do a more outer line. Same thing here. I'll start on the inside, do a middle, do a more outer line. And that's going to just help stretch and really relax a lot of those muscles out. Stretching wise, very simple. We can stretch the wrist backwards. We can stretch the wrist forwards to help get all those muscle bellies that we just massaged even more stretched. And we're going to want to hold about each of those for about 30 seconds. So if we make that a daily routine, we usually do start to see some relief in those carpal tunnel symptoms, in those elbow pain symptoms as well. All right, you guys, thank you.